Naomi Peru here at BTC 32 with Hashir Astor. Congratulations, you make your amateur debut and you get the win second round via TKO. How are you feeling?
You know, I feel amazing. When we first came here today, I'm sorry my voice is gone.
That's okay.
So when we came here, it's my first ever fight. I didn't know that we were allowed to not punch to the head because we're pre-novices, right? So that completely off my game. My plan was to take him down, smash him on the ground. It's what I tried to do in the first round. It was working, but I couldn't really punch him. So the second round, my coach just told me he's tired, his hands are down. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to switch it up with the striking, and it worked.
So when you got told those rules about this fight, what was going through your head and how did you on the spot kind of switch up what your game plan was going to be?
Honestly, when I was in the back, I was so nervous. I kept taking down my coaches. I was so wired to just keep hitting them in the face, but she kept telling me, no face, body, body. And I was completely just shocked. I had no idea. I was so nervous. But you know what? It still worked. He got tired in the first round, and I got to get it done with the striking. The grappling still worked in the first round, though.
And how did you deal with those emotions making the walk to the cage for the first time and staying poised and just focusing on the fight?
It's my first ever time competing in a crowd like this. I was very emotional, as you saw in the cage. I was really glad. You know, everyone tells me, you know, you'll never be anything in the sport. You know, why do you train? There's no point. So when you finally prove everyone wrong, it just feels so good. On the way to the cage, I was absolutely terrified.
Well, you didn't look terrified right away. You tried to shoot a couple takedowns, even landed a couple in the first round, and then your opponent saved by the bell with that armbar. What was your corner telling you in going into the second round to then find a finish?
They were telling me the wrestling was going beautiful and that he was tired. They said if that's what you want to continue doing, keep doing it. But his hands were low. So I said, you know what, you guys are right. I feinted a couple times. He thought I was going to shoot for the takedown. So that's when I shot the left head kick, and it worked.
And did anything surprise you about your performance in your debut?
I thought this fight was going to be all wrestling and no striking at all. I consider myself a wrestler. But when I couldn't do what I wanted to do, I had to switch it up. So I was completely shocked. I had no idea that was going to play out the way it did.
You're also just 18 years old. When did you fall in love with the sport and know that this is something that you want to continue doing and maybe even go pro one day?
Yeah, so during COVID, I was a soccer player. And then during COVID, all the trainings stopped because of COVID. So I said, you know what? I don't want to stay at home and do nothing. I found UFC, and I fell in love with the sport. I said, you know what? I'm going to start training. I fell in love with it, and I said, I want to make it to the highest level. I want to be a UFC champion one day. I'm going to keep training, keep fighting, and hopefully, God willing, I make it there one day.
And lastly, what's next for you? When do you want to get back in the cage?
I'm gonna be in the gym tomorrow. I'm going to be in the gym the day after that. And the day after that, I'm going to be back in the cage as soon as possible. As soon as my coaches, Woody, whoever wants to get me back in here, I'm going to be back.
Well, congratulations once again, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, and congratulations.